where we go. Gillingham, you know, India, boy, the money through about there, but honestly, but the thing is, there was just, everybody was knocking for here, I mean, not with enthusiasm from everybody, and the crowd was desperate. So, but I just, pardon? Oh, I'm sorry about that. So I just wanted to say, I think the way we're going to try, we'll get there. I'm a bit disappointed in this debate over these points and that. It's, well, I never thought of this. Tony said, but what should we do? Sticks up. Darren Phillips, I talking to Wally Howarth, I don't know what you know, he's Sunday League. He's top man in it, Tony. And I was talking, he's my wife's cousin. I was talking to him, this Brigham's effort, Darren Phillips for one. The finish, you know, so the team would finish, so consequently, the guy who was running it said, damn it, he won't pay fast. So what they did, they owed money, and so what he did, he just divided it by how many players they had, you know, to pay the fee. Graham Bott, such as him, Andy Tom, and a few who played for me before he went and paid it, because he still wanted to play football. Such as Dan Flood says, oh, sorry, you know, we don't suppose, but what I can't understand is, so, what is Gimme record? He played for Barton, he's played for 5 different teams, why did it just come on us? I just, you know, and that is, I don't know how we handle that, but it's a bit annoying, but I just says, let's go get the points, it doesn't matter. But anyhow, but no, so just like that's all, thanks a lot for all your support and everything.
Give me Sandy, quick!
Right. Any more questions from the floor? Whilst you're thinking about it, I have one final one that I've had emailed. Ask me if there will be any safeguards with regards to the finances. Usual question for the board.
Well, I've just come back off holiday. But I think, you know, basically our constitution in itself does not allow us to get into debt, borrow money or anything else, so there's already a safeguard there. But I mean, as I've said to you earlier, we've got a very prudent financial budget, and we're sticking to the budget. Well, you know, I mean, we've been lucky because we've received money that we didn't know we were going to get. We've been fortunate enough to get some help with the bus, in sponsorship and things like that. But there are the improbables that you're not prepared for. There's things that we haven't budgeted for, which we fully expected, because there's always something. You can't cover every single thing. But on the whole, we're basically well within the budget. And I know people shouted for us to spend more money on players, pay more money for players. Quite frankly, at the level we're playing at, I don't think we need to. The other teams in the league aren't paying their players. What we need to do is motivate the players, and I think Brian's done a very, very good job of motivating the players and getting them to play for the love of Scarborough Football Club, which is what we've all tried to put across. Rather than just throw money at a problem, we've tried to solve it by motivating people, and I think we'll continue to do that, really. We were not prepared to follow in the footsteps of the last regime. We're quite prepared to learn from those mistakes.
One other question I did have, which I'll paraphrase, is it came through as an anonymous letter. Is will the members of the board be bad-mouthing the previous regime at Scarborough?
Do they need to?
I think we're going to for that, to be honest. Richard.
I don't think we ever actually have bad-mouthed the previous regime in the football club. I mean, I think we're all gutted when they went belly up, and I think most of us were stood at Hucknall when we won, and Tony Ackworth scored his goal of the season as usual in the last match. Thought, my God, what's going to happen if it all goes wrong in a couple of weeks' time? We better start Plan B. And some people would think that Plan B was an act of betrayal. Fortunately, we did it, and that's why we're here. But if anybody who managed to get the club to £2.5 million in debt thinks that us saying we're not going to do the same is bad management. That's life.
I'm not interested, to be honest with you. I haven't got the time to badmouth anyone. I want to get on with my job, which is getting this club going, getting the work done and getting us through the leagues. I have no interest whatsoever in apportioning blame to anyone for anything that's happened in the past. It just has no interest to me whatsoever. I've got better ways to spend my time. For what it's worth, the old club, you know, went under, and I do actually think that the old regime did their best to actually, you know, stop that from happening, and that was concluded by the final Pinder project, which was actually their best plan yet. And I actually think that was extremely commendable. It's just a shame it came out so late. You know, the debts were historical. You know, they had a mountain to climb all along, and I really don't have any blame to apportion, and it'd be a waste of time for me to do so. And that's the end of that.
Well said, Ben.
Anybody else? Okay. One question I did get, but I think it's probably been answered by most people, but I don't know if anyone wants to jump in on it, is how long have you supported the ideals of the Seadog Trust, and what was your opinion of the Trust before SFC's liquidation?
I was a member of it.
Yeah, that's for each and every one of you.
I think the thing is, I didn't know anything about trust whatsoever, apart from Ben's association with working with Andy, and it was Ben that asked us to go to the very first open meeting. I went to that with a completely open mind, thinking, what's this daft thing I'm going to? And it opened my eyes, and I thought, well, yeah, I can see the benefits of having a fan's reputation on the board and running a club, and that ideal struck me straight away, and I was asked to get involved because of my accountancy experience, and I said, all right then, I will. And to be quite honest with you, I don't regret 1 minute of it, and I think, you know, the proof is, as I said earlier, I wasn't joking, I have just come back off holiday, but I did pay for it myself. But I mean, while we were there, we went to have a look around the new camp, and I was absolutely astounded to find out that Barcelona Football Club, when they started building their ground, only had 3,500 members, and they now have 104 or 105,000 members. And I think, to me, as I came back and said to all of our board, well, that gives us something to aspire to. 500 to nothing, we've got to keep growing. And I think that if, you know, granted that's a city team, Scarborough is on a limb, but you shouldn't set yourself boundaries. You've just got to keep growing and keep promoting the ideals of a trust. And I think would be, in some ways, the ideal of a trust has become more attractive to the fans because of the old club going bust, and people have gone, oh, well, it can happen. And whereas they didn't actually believe us in the first place that it could happen, and they thought we were being a bit daft, really. That's about it.
Unfortunately for everybody around me, I've been banging on about trust for an awful long time now. Because, like I said before, it's the only way that I saw was the way forward for lower league clubs. My biggest regret